Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. I am Beauty Heathen. If you're returning here from today's reading about the exorcism of Emily Rose, that was some reading, huh? Yeah. If you did see that one, didn't see it, I'll link it up here, but I will forewarn you before you click into it. Do not watch it before you're gonna go to sleep. I know I have been told many times that I have a very calming voice and people like to watch my videos and things like that before they go to rest in the evening, but that is not the one. Not at all. Sorry. I'm still kind of like, that video alone just, yeah. Anyway, I was going to record my video on Maybon today, but I got up here much later than I had anticipated. Just, this was not a great day. But, one thing I realized today was I screwed up and I forgot to do the manifestation moment of the week on Sunday. So I figured I'd kind of do that in this video. I don't think it'll be too long, but I figured I'd expand on it a little bit because I have 5 decks here that I'll use, including this healing one, because we're all going through it right now, and sometimes we all just need a little something, hopefully positive something, to get us through the rest of it. Yeah. So I'm going to start off with this brand new deck, the Divine Feminine, and my plan is to do 1 card from each deck, but we will find out, because every so often, as you guys know, the decks speak for themselves and they dictate the message. So what do the viewers of this video need to hear for this week? Okay, this deck is a little stiff. Like I said, brand new, hasn't really been shuffled or anything yet, so let me get some air in between the cards and help it along. Especially for those who have new decks or just getting new decks. Regardless of what finish is on the cards, sometimes all you need to do is really do a folding type of shuffle, and that helps get some air in between the cards so that they glide along a little bit smoother. Now, sometimes the decks with a stickier finish, like the healing cards that I have, see how they're very glossy? When it's humid and stuff like that, they tend to stick to one another a little bit. You can always just sprinkle a little bit of flour and try to dust it off after you spread the cards around in it, and it just seems to help a bit. So let me be quiet and actually focus on this. Okay, what do the viewers of this video need to hear for this week? Shan, the Princess of Mercy. Giving is receiving. The energy of the universe is merciful. So especially if you're going through a hard time right now, be aware that sometimes when you're going through it, the quickest way to help you kind of break out of that headspace and out of that funk is to do something for somebody else. And I know, especially if you're someone who does things for people all the time and everything, it may not, you may be thinking, but I already do this all the time. What's the deal? But it could very well be that there's someone specific who may need your help. And keep in mind that with me doing a manifestation reading right now, this may be your sign that giving will also help you receive what it is you want. But just be sure that when you give, you do so without the intention of getting something back. So make sure you give something from your heart and just let that energy go into the universe, because it helps improve things a little bit. So what do the viewers of this video need to hear this week? Okay, clean energy food. So it may be time to do a detox of some sort. Now keep in mind that detox isn't necessarily from anything. I know that usually when you say detox, it makes you think of something from like an addiction or something of that nature, which it could be regardless of what it may be. It doesn't have to be food, it doesn't have to be drink or other things that you maybe are struggling with, but it can just be a matter of releasing things that no longer serve you. Because the more that you carry around things that aren't necessarily for you to hold, the more you weigh your own energy down, and the less likely you are able to raise your vibration higher and into one of manifestation and receiving. Now, don't confuse this with toxic positivity. I already did a video on that. I'll link it up here. It's not about keeping a positive mental state 24/7, 365, because that's not reality. This is all about just, if there are people around you who are pulling you down, time to let them go. If there are habits that you're doing that are potentially self-sabotaging or making you feel pulled down, time to let them go. And yes, that can also happen to be with food as well. I know clean eating tends to be something that goes around every so often, and some people consider a fad, but sometimes even doing a nutritional cleanse, and I'm not, for the love of God, advocating or saying do one of those cleanses that you can get in a nutrition store or go on a diet or anything of that nature. I'm just saying sometimes all you need is just a few days of eating better foods for you, and it helps release a lot of that sludge that we carry around that we may pick up through eating things like fast foods or things that aren't necessarily that good for us. All right, so that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying don't to go on a diet. That's not any kind of advice that I give. So, before I get into the other cards, let me see, what message do you have for the viewers of this video for this week? Me and my tiny hands. I swear, I really wish companies who made decks made a pocket version of them too. Times like this, I'm envious of people with bigger hands because it's like they can stretch their fingers a lot better than I can. It's a little humid today, so I'm trying to get some air circulating between the cards a bit. Almost done. Okay. Actually sensing to pull more cards. Resourcefulness, so you may be tapping into resources around you that maybe even you're not cognizant of right now. Dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. And you see how this has a full moon here? The full moon is this week. So go watch the video that I will put up here if you haven't already about it's a pick a card determining what you need to work on for the full moon. Because remember, full moon is all about releasing things. Funny how that's kind of the message here. And oak strength. So pay attention to your dreams. If you find yourself dreaming, when you wake up in the morning, journal it, write it down. You may get messages that will help you tap into resources that you may not be focusing on or aware of right now. And it will help you find that inner strength that you may be feeling like you're lacking at the moment. Let me do, this is a brand new deck as well. This is not one I bought on its own. This is one that I got in a Goddess Provisions box, which, not that I think that their owner would watch this, but just in case, I highly recommend y'all give my friend Unfortunately Random a code or something, but because of her, that I signed up for the Goddess Provisions box in the first place. And her channel is unfortunately random. Make her an affiliate. I am not speaking well today. I don't know. Can I shuffle them this way? Somehow, I managed. Know what I said about pocket decks? This one has it. I feel like I'm Goldilocks right now because it's like, these decks are too big, this deck is too small. I need decks that are just right. Okay. Felt the stop moment. So we have optical calcite, which is clearing. Optical calcite is Icelandic spar, which I frequently use when doing my pickup cards for you guys. So you're getting a lot of messages that it's time to clear your energy. Rhodochrosite, compassion, I get that is all about having compassion for yourself. I do have a piece somewhere, but I don't see it. I'll insert a picture of it here. I think that's probably the best thing to do. An angelite education. You are being urged to take the time to... Ooh, don't knock over the big crystal while getting the smaller one. This is angelite. And this crystal is awesome for accessing the upper realms. So remember what I was saying about letting things go and releasing them? And this one is in particular about eating better foods, at least for a duration, because it automatically leads to more efficiency, better ideas, and higher vibration. This is a very, very strong energetic crystal for that. And angelite, with regards to education in this sense, I'm getting is about more taking the time to ground and center yourself. Allow yourself to learn new things. I know we're coming up on a Mercury retrograde again, I swear. It's like every time one comes around, and as soon as it ends, the fucker comes right back. But rhodochrosite with compassion is all about love, compassion for yourself and others. And maybe with angelite, try not to be so quick to jump to conclusions. Is the message that I'm getting with that as well. Take the time to listen, learn, hear other people's perspectives. That might be especially important right now with Mars being in retrograde as well. People are tending to be a little bit more hot-tempered, myself included. You know what? Let me leave those out for a minute. So keep that in mind. And if you go to a New Age or pagan store near you, angelite is an inexpensive crystal. It's something that is, I find personally very beneficial. Whenever I hold it, I feel lifted energetically. So now, since I was an epic failure this weekend, I swear I went into it with good intentions and then I forgot. What is the manifestation message for this week? Almost done. Okay. So now, oh, that one fell out. Let's see. I am already what I want to become one day. I'll explain that in a moment. My past does not define my future. I reach success by staying focused on my goals. Oh, blank. I feel wealthy every day. And the universe is always guiding me to success. So, with these cards, we got a lot of messages about clearing your energy, raising your vibration. We got a lot of messages about paying attention to your dreams, having compassion for yourself and others. A lot of messages about clearing yourself, giving to others. Because with the specific deity, if you remember, sorry about the background noise, giving is receiving. So whenever you give somebody a gift, do it without expectation of them reciprocating it to you. Whenever you give a gift, I want you to take a moment to put out the energy of whatever you give comes back to you however many fold. So be it 3-fold or 10-fold. Whatever positive you put out into the universe comes back to you that many more times magnified. And interestingly enough, this is the magnifying glass. And when it says, I reach success by staying focused on my goals, that's not necessarily saying that you have to focus on them all the time. If you are working towards something, it is important to still put hard work and effort into it, because the harder you work, the more the universe is aware in trying to help you manifest what it is you want. Allow yourself, even if you are struggling financially right now, again, take in those moments of gratitude. Look around you. Give thanks for the things that you have. Allow yourself to feel wealthy, even if you're struggling financially. You would be surprised how sometimes that can help draw money to you, or success, especially if you are working on a project. With clearing, this is another clearing message. My past does not define my future. So maybe you may be being called to do your shadow work, clear out the energy of the past, heal old wounds, heal your relationship with money. Start working on focusing yourself in ways to cut cords with behaviors that contribute to things like self-sabotage, all of that kind of stuff. And this last card, which was the first one I pulled, it says, I am already what I want to become one day. Now that seems a little bit oxymoronic, where it's like, how can I be what it is that I want? Try to hold in the mind space, maybe do a 5-minute visualization each day of picturing yourself in the circumstances that you want. So if you're trying to build a business, picture yourself in a flourishing business that you're working on. If you're working to attract wealth, picture yourself in financially beneficial circumstances. You know, just do that little 5-minute exercise each day. Doesn't have to be something you have to focus on all the time, but I want you to keep visualizing that. It helps draw that energy to you, and it allows you to kind of light a flame under the universal butt of actually helping you create which it is you want. Because the more you focus on what you want and you keep putting that energy out into the universe of, I want to be wealthy, I want to do this, I want to do that, the more you're going to keep wanting it. When you reprogram and focus your mind of, I am grateful that I am wealthy, I am grateful that I am successful, I'm grateful that I do accomplish all the goals that I'm seeking to accomplish. It is faster for the universe jumbling my words again. It helps the universe manifest that reality for you a little bit faster, okay? So I hope this quick-ish video, it's not as quick as I thought it would be, at least gave you an expanded manifestation moment for the week. And keep in mind, we do have that full moon coming in a couple days. And that full moon energy, I believe, is already starting. So we have, whenever you have the full moon, the 3 days before, the day of, and the 3 days after, are you in that full moon energy? Actually, before I let you go, I'm being drawn to one more deck, but I promise I'll try to make it fast. Since we are heading into the full moon, and since this one is the first of a particularly strong one coming, because October, as the meme has been going around jokingly, is the 2 werewolf month because we have a full moon at the beginning and a full moon at the end, and this is the last time for a while we are actually going to have 2 full moons in the same month. So be sure to make full use of it. You just grab this deck real quick. Okay. What message do you have for the viewers for this week? Almost done. Last one. fiery climax approaches. Step out of your comfort zone. And finally, your commitment is being tested. Which does not surprise me given the manifestation cards that I drew. So stay strong, stay steadfast in the things that you wish to manifest. And put your energy behind that. The more committed you are to manifesting it, the faster it will come. Okay, so I hope you guys have a great day. I hope this was a nice light video to follow up today's not so light one. And with all of that said, I wish you all the brightest of blessings and blessed be.